Good morning, friends. Welcome to my latest market vlog. If this is your first time here, my name's Rondell from Rondell Designs. I do markets really regularly at the moment where I sell my handmade, hand-built ceramics, my greeting cards, art prints, stickers, all featuring my artwork. And I take you along for the ride. At the end of this vlog, I'll be sharing exactly how much money I made at these markets. It was a double market weekend. Plus, I also had products at a local art show. If you don't know how that works, there's a few videos back where I go through how an art show works for products. So I actually just drop them off and you have to label everything and code everything and they sell them for you on the weekend. So I actually effectively had 3 events on. This was from last weekend, the last weekend in October. It's taken me a full week to get this vlog edited. I was so exhausted after this weekend. Oh my gosh, I can't even. Let's just get into the vlog and I'll see you at the end with all of the figures and my thoughts on these markets that I did and whether I'll do them again. Good morning. Welcome to another double market weekend. I am heading off to the 5th market in Chelsea this morning. I'm running quite late. I just couldn't get up this morning. I just needed a little sleep in. And I had to print more business cards because I forgot. Last week I didn't have business cards. I didn't have my water. So at least I've remembered water and business cards today. It's a 35-minute drive. So it's like just before 8. I'll still have an hour and a half to set up, which I'll just have to move fast. That'll be fine. An hour and a half is plenty of time. And this one's just a 4-hour. I love these 4-hour markets that start at 10. The Unrivaled Events group that do Hampton East, the 5th market. They also do a few others, Mount Martha Beach. I'm not sure the other ones. They go from 10 till 2. And someone in my recent vlog asked how I felt about 4-hour markets when you have to go to the effort of loading your car, setting up. Is it worth it? I actually think it is because most markets that start at 9, they're really quiet between 9 and 10 anyway. So I just think cutting that first hour out is not a bad thing because I genuinely don't get many sales at all between 9 and 10. So I'm happy to wait till 10 for my first sale and have a little bit more of a sleep in that morning. We've got Summer's Art Fair tomorrow and it's also the Mount Eliza Art Show weekend and I got a few sales last night. Their system that they use is so good. It's a bit of a pain to upload your products because you've just got to put it into the online system. But then during the event, you get an email every time someone buys something. So last night I sold 2 ceramic whales, 1 ceramic vessel and 2 stickers. So I've made $70 and I was literally in bed watching like TikToks. So love an art show. If you're a handmade business, definitely check out art shows that have a handmade shop section linked. I found them to be very worth it. Anyway, stop talking. Let's get to Chelsea and set up at Bicentennial Park. In the queue to get in. I've never been to this park before. It's epic. Absolutely massive. My kids would have loved it when they were little. I think they probably still would. There's lots happening. There's like a fun run or something. So many cute dogs already. When I come to markets and there's heaps of dogs, I'm like, I just wish I could bring Dolly. I just feel like she's a bit little. And because if I get busy, I might bring her sometime when one of my girls comes with me so they can sort of manage her and then we can assess how she goes. Probably in the new year. I think leading up to Christmas, it's just too much of a busy time to start bringing her. So maybe sort of February, March, I'll start bringing her and she'll be a little bit older then too. She'll be nearly 2. Oh, she will be 2. 35. I'm almost set up, but I'm busting for the toilet, and apparently my stall's like one of the farthest from the toilet. So I'm gonna go do that now. This market obviously is at a park. It's not like they can stop people coming in. There's already quite a few people that have walked past the stall. Next time I'm going to make sure I get here as early as I'm allowed to make the most of that. I probably shouldn't have had the coffee this morning because I always need to go to the toilet immediately. But you need the coffee to start the day. It's just gone 10 o'clock, all set up. I forgot my sales book. So thankfully I haven't even got my diary, so I can't even do any planning if it's quiet. I've got next year's diary though, so I'm just going to use a page out of that for the sales, and then I'll stick it in my sales book later. I've already had a sale 2 cards before the start, which is great. Now my job is to chop up my business cards that I printed at 6:30 this morning. I really need to just order some bloody business cards. It doesn't cost much through Vistaprint. You can get like 1,000 for $100 or even 500. So I need to do that. I'm doing that tonight. My adorable neighbour. Isn't he just the cutest little thing you've ever seen? Hello. Hello. Hi. Hi. Got my lunch and I forgot to show you. I'm sorry. It was the satay sticks and the rice. I had it for breakfast, remember, at Red Hill a few weeks back. And it felt so nourishing and warming and yummy. I thought I'd have it for lunch today. It was delicious and I feel so good and filled up in a good way now. Hello. It's 1:10. It's been so quiet. I'm only up to 250 sales. Bad. I just bought these from my fellow stall holder. People have been walking past my store with these freeze-dried candy packs all day, and I just realised they're $3 down. I couldn't decide because there were too many colours. They said these are good, so we got them. Pineapple lumps. I'm not usually a lolly person, but I love the freeze-dried ones. Tastes like a clinker lolly, you know? Okay, it's just after 4. I'm home. I packed up really quickly today because I started packing up early because it was so quiet after 12. It was started off such a good market. It was so busy for me and I was like, yeah, this is going to be an amazing market. From 12 onwards, it was really quiet. I met 2 of my YouTube subscribers, Julie and Jenny, who both spent the most above everyone else. So thanks, ladies. You made the day not so bad sales-wise. I'll tell you at the end of the vlog, as I always do, what the sales were from today. They weren't great. Yeah, I packed up really quick, but then I had to go to my studio and pack up some little ceramic fairy houses that I did with some kids on school holidays so that their parents can come and pick them up because they're out of the kiln. I just took my dress off and because I had this underneath and my tracky pants underneath, my beautiful pink Marisol label dress. Basically ready for bed. It's 4:30. I've just made the weirdest snack. Let me show you. Use the extreme mess, but this is torn up croissant, watermelon and vintage cheddar. Interesting combo, but I'm going with it because I think it's going to be yum. Somebody else thinks it's going to be yum too. She hasn't eaten her broccoli yet. She just ate her chicken. Hello? Come on. We're eating in bed. Today while I was at the market, Dolly has turned my bed into her toy basket with all of these things that she's stolen from various people through the house. It's 6:30 in the morning. I really wanted to be leaving right now for Summits because it's the next day, but I'm just getting in the shower now. The weather's pretty terrible outside. It's really rainy. The market stall part of the art show is it's on the basketball court at Summers Primary School, which is under a big sort of carport shelter thing. So we'll be protected from the rain. They've suggested we still bring our marquees to put our walls up in case the rain's sort of sideways or if it's windy. It doesn't feel windy out there, so if it's just rain and no wind, I can deal with that. Because this is an annual event for the school, it's their biggest fundraiser. The community still comes out for it, even if it is rainy weather. It should still be a good day, even if it is rainy. I've been so lucky with markets. I don't think I've had one market since I've gotten back into markets where it's been like really rainy. I've had a couple where there's a few drizzles, and the Quambatook tractor pull was so windy. But apart from that, I've been pretty lucky. So, you know, one rainy day is not going to kill me. The thing I'm concerned about though is I'm assuming we're not going to be allowed to drive onto the basketball court to unload, and I didn't pack my beach trolley, so I'm hoping it's not too far of a walk from where we unload the car to the market store. I'll have a few loads to do, that's all. I'll just remember to take my raincoat. Something just irritated my eye so badly, so I've just scoffed down to antihistamines. This happens to me occasionally. I don't know what it was. Hopefully it goes down soon. Okay, I've just parked my car. I've unloaded. We did get to drive up to the basketball court, so that's amazing. Now I just have to set up. I've got an hour and 15 minutes. This is such a beautiful school. Summers is such a beautiful area. Already found the food area. I'm starving. I've not eaten a thing. I desperately need a coffee. Ooh, is the coffee person open already? Wait. I haven't set up yet because I've got my coffee. I'm really tired today. I've got some very fun neighbours today. Kirsty from OMG Glass and Georgia from Tyatt Designs. Doing a different setup today. Instead of just the one table, I'm doing two because I don't have a high enough stool to sit behind my normal setup, and I'm going to be sitting today. So we'll see how it works. Everyone's busy setting up. I think I've just about got the bones set up with all the display stands. Now let's see if we can make it all come together. One job to do last night, and that was to redo some of the signs I seem to have lost along the way. Did not do it though, so I'm just doing some little handwritten signs. Yeah, annoyed, but that's okay. What feels like 10,000 hours later, I think I'm set up. Considering I haven't done this setup for a while, I'm quite happy with how it looks. Everything's got signs. I don't normally do a 2-4 deal on the $25 vases, but I'm going to do that today just because yesterday was much lower sales than I was hoping for, and I've noticed when I do it on the $15 ones, they go really well, and same with the $12 ones. So we'll trial that today and see how we go. This is Kirsty from OMG Sea Glasses stall. We actually met at Finders Keepers last October. We were next door to each other. She's so fun. I love her. And then next in between Kirsty and me is Georgia from Tyatt Designs. George is actually a member of our Wilma DIY marketing group. So that's how I've gotten to know Georgia. She does beautiful metal and silver jewellery. And then here's my stall all set up. I do also have on the other side of me someone who I met at Red Hill Market last year. She does beautiful digital art, which is really fine, detailed line art of iconic locations. Only 20 past 10. I've already had my coffee, a protein ball, an egg and onion roll, and I want more food already. I think it's the weather. When it's this weather, you just want to eat. I think I'm going to get donuts. Clock check-in. It's been open for an hour. I'm up to $78, so the stall's covered. But I honestly thought this would be super busy sales-wise from the start, so I'm a teensy bit nervous, but I'm remaining calm because I really want to get into the 700s at this market today, since yesterday's market was so low. Don't know if it's going to be good. Don't know if it's going to happen, guys. Yeah, it came good from 11. It's just gone 12 o'clock. I'm up to 234 sales, so that's good. $234, not 234 sales. The rain has just started. It is pelting down. You can probably hear it. But we're under this beautiful big shade. It's got a roof on it, the basketball court. I did get more food, but I got rice paper rolls, so at least that's healthy, isn't it? It's $15, but it's healthy. It's going to get a sausage and bread, which would have been $4. But sausages are really hit and miss, I find. Some of them, I don't know, I think it's a gluten mild intolerance. Some of them just make me feel sick, but some of them I'm fine with, so I don't know. So glad I ran back inside this morning to grab my jacket because I almost forgot it. It's in one of those outdoor hoodies.
So it's not beautiful. Normally I would wear my Quirky Sue vintage blanket that's been changed into a jacket because it's so warm and comfy. But because I wasn't sure if I would have to be in the rain to load and unload, I thought best to bring this guy. So she's not as pretty, but it's definitely cozy. Donut time. She's a rainy old day, but perfect donut weather if I do say so myself. I just had some good sales, and now, while there's a little break, ran off to get the donuts. These donuts are so good. I got 4 for $6. I have offered a couple of people. One person took one, so now I've got one left after this. So fluffy. Definitely donut weather. I'll probably be so sleepy after this now though. $2.30 check-in. We're up to $3.88, so we're getting a little bit better. Also, we have more food. Now we have a potato. It's just too cold and wet. My shoulders are killing me from going like this. Vegetarian potato, yum. It's got beetroot and pineapple and stuff on it. Oh my god, that is a lot of sour cream. Very quiet here this afternoon after that big rain. People are still buying stuff, but not as much as I'd like. And when it's quiet, it's just so tiring. If you've ever worked in retail or any, customer facing, when it's quiet, it's so draining because you're just like sitting there going, oh my god. Unfortunately, not the best baked potato I've ever had. It's completely burnt. Right, that's the skin. It's completely burnt, so it tastes ick from that. And it's just not hitting. I don't know what it is. It's missing something. Salt, maybe? A $3.20 check-in. I'm up to $4.60, so I've had a couple of bigger sales which has bumped it up a bit, which is good. Normally, as you probably know, if you've watched any of my videos, 500 is a good benchmark for me. If I've made 500, that I consider that a good day. So nearly there, but I really wanted to get into the 700s today because yesterday's market was so bad, but it's not today's market's fault that yesterday was bad. So if I am getting so close to 500, that's good. People are starting to pack up. We're officially allowed to pack up from 4, but they don't care if you pack up early. I just hate packing up. That potato made me really full. Now I don't want to do anything. And I have got that thing, like I don't want to start packing up and then get some people wanting to buy stuff because I'm so close to 500 now. So I feel like I just want to... Maybe I'll just start to pack up the little mess I've made behind my stall, and then and get some stuff organised, ready to pack up, but not actually pack up. As Toyette's starting to pack up, so is OMG Sea Glass. The people across the road are slowly starting to pack up. See, look, I've just got a little mess. It's not a big mess, it's just a little mess. Got a few bits and pieces everywhere. How did your day go, Kirsty? Did you have fun? You put your stuff right in the puddle?
Yeah, it's good puddle. I love this. Why we wear blunts.
That's why I've got my Merry Peoples on today.
Yes,
very practical. Yeah. Georgia from Tyatt has already gone, so I got myself a little car spot. It's just, of course, started raining heavily once it was like kind of the end of the thing. But we're under this beautiful, massive basketball court cover that I'm calling a carport. So I just have to, and when I packed my stuff up, literally picked the one corner that has got water all over the floor instead of all these nice non-watery sections. At least my marquee roof is not wet. There's nothing worse because I just don't have anywhere to leave it out to dry, and you need to leave it spread out to dry, so don't have to deal with that situation. Okay, it's 5:48 p.m. I've since packing up at Summers. I've gone and collected my firing from Mount Eliza. I've gone and collected my unsold items from Mount Eliza Art Show because that was also on this weekend. Oh my God, I can't do this having to go and do peopling things after a market, let alone after 2 days of markets. I need to go to bed, but I've got to go to the studio, unload some of this stuff, and pee because I'm not going to make it home. I need to wee-wees. Okay, so we're going to go to the studios and do a wee-wees and unload some of this stuff. I'm absolutely wrecked. Jeez. It's now 6:15. I've just finished unloading at my studio and I dropped the rest of the market stuff off in my little storage shed around the corner. Now this storage shed is becoming problematic because my daughter moved home. We've kind of dumped a lot of her stuff in here. I really need to get some shelving to not have this become a chaotic mess as well. And I'm not sure if I'll continue with this next year. I guess if my youngest moves out, I can use her bedroom for storing my market supplies, but not sure. But definitely need to do something about this, but I don't want to then go and buy storage shelves. So maybe I might have a look on Marketplace and see if I can find any cheapies that would work for here. I've also got some shelves in my shed at home, which is really difficult to get into. The door doesn't open properly. I'm in a rental, so I just can't be bothered dealing with it. So maybe I could move them here and move a lot of the stuff out of that shed to here because it's much more accessible. That might be an idea. And then at the same time, I could have a gigantic clear out and get rid of everything that I don't 100% need because I'm really feeling like I need to do that. And then I can do my marketplace challenge, which I wanted to do a while ago, but just didn't quite get there, where I can see how much money I can make in a week selling stuff on Marketplace. Okay, now it's time to get into the income versus expense part of the vlog. So the fifth market on the 25th of October, I got total sales were $253.50. Cost was $110 and I spent $22.50 on food. So that leaves me with $121 after my expenses. Now, obviously that doesn't include cost of materials, my time, driving there, etc. So for me, that is not worth it. I don't believe that market is a good fit for me. I used to will try the same market over and over again, making excuses each time if I didn't sell a lot. But I've generally found in my experience, unless it's a really random something big's happened on that weekend, if I don't do well the first time, I don't do well ever. So I don't waste my time anymore trying the same market 3, 4, 5 times that didn't work the first time. I basically will cut it out or maybe give it 1 second go. But I've got so many events on at the moment. I just don't have the time to be trying out markets hoping that they're going to be good next time. So I won't be doing the Chelsea 5th market again. I emailed Paul, who runs Unrivaled Events, pretty much like a few days later saying, listen, I'm going to cancel that market's not for me. But his other market, Hampton East, I loved that. Now I'm going to keep doing that and see how this month goes. Also, I got a pot paint and sip private booking for the next date that I would normally have been at the 5th market. So I'm happy to do that as well because a couple of hours, same amount of money, and it's guaranteed and they're already paid. Now let's move on to the Sunday Summers Art Fair. I ended up with $460 in sales. That was still down for that event. Years ago I did it. This was many years ago and I sold over 600, but I can't judge up by that because it was probably 10 years ago, I reckon. All my neighbours said that they usually do really well at this one and were down a bit to normal. So I think it was probably just the weather, and also this year, just with the economy, it's just a weird year. I reckon if we can get through this year as makers and small business owners, we're just building those muscles up and it's going to get a lot easier. Hopefully next year. But if not next year, I think the years after that, it will become easier again, not such a hard slog to sell because people hopefully, economic downturns don't last forever. They do last a few years. We're really in the thick of it post-COVID, economic sort of stuff. So a lot of people don't have money to spend, but there's still people that do have money to spend. So you definitely still have to go, okay, which markets am I more likely to sell at? Which markets do my stuff do well at? Now, this was 10 till 4, this market. It was a long day. It was a hard slog to get to that 460, let me tell you, but I got there. So I would have liked to have gotten into the 700s, like I said, but that was because I really wanted to get to $1,000 for the weekend with the 2 market days, because coming into November, I really think I should be selling at least 500 at a market because we're in pre-Christmas buying period now, but it's still this was still October. So
I spent so much money on food that day though. Oh my God, I could not stop eating. So the cost of the Summer's Art Fair was $70, so nice and cheap. I spent $57 on food. I just could not stop eating. Plus I was tired as well as cold. So yeah, next time if I do that and it's cold, I think I'll just take like a soup in a thermos or something, because soup's perfect for cold, yucky days. After taking out the cost and my food expenses for the day, that leaves us with $333. So that's good. Again, it doesn't include cost of materials or my time, but that actually still, even if you did include that, that still leaves me with a couple of $100. So I'm happy with that. And also remember, markets aren't just about sales on the day. It's networking, it's marketing, it's putting your product and your face in front of people who may not buy this time, but they may buy another time. So as long as I have decent sales, I'm not going to be too sad if I didn't hit like good targets that I would have liked to hit. As long as they're decent, as long as they're sort of, I think high 300s getting into 400s, it's still worth it for me unless I've driven a million miles away. I'll still give that another go, because contributing factors were definitely the weather for this one. So I probably will do Summers again next year. The Mount Eliza Art Show, I didn't sell anywhere near as much as I did last year. Last year I sold about $350. This year I sold $180. So or $189. I think, again, probably just because at the moment cost of living and stuff, people aren't spending as much as they normally do. But also I didn't have a lot of stock. So I didn't have my bigger little fairy houses that I had last year. I didn't have as many whales. They nearly sold out. I only had one left. So I just didn't have as much as I normally would. So that could have been a contributing factor as well. Can't just blame the economy or the show, how they styled it or whatever. I think my stuff was styled really well. I even dropped off my card stand, my spinner. I didn't sell one single greeting card, and I didn't sell many stickers, and I had to individually price everything. Well, I got my new work experience girl to do a lot of it, which was not fun for her. But yeah, to not sell a greeting card, that was really interesting. I would have thought I would have sold them, but obviously they were there for the art, not for cards. I'll still do that next year. Probably won't spend as much time pricing the smaller things like the bookmarks, the stickers, and the greeting cards. I might just do a few stickers and mainly stick with the ceramics, and I might do some art next year as well. So, okay, so total sales for the whole weekend, including the Mount Eliza Art Show. So all up, I made $902.50 from the 3 events. I really sort of had it in my head I'd get to $1,500. And then total costs for having the stalls and food, $289.50. That's including $50 entry fee for Mount Eliza. So that leaves me with around $613. Now I also have to pay commission on the sales from Mount Eliza, so it'll be more like probably $560 or something. And then obviously I take my cost of materials and my time out of that. But yeah, you know what, like 2 days. Well, it was more than 2 days work when you think about the prep and everything. Still okay, isn't it? It's still better than having to go work for someone for $30 an hour. For me, I'd prefer this. So that was an interesting one. I was so exhausted though. It really, really wrecked me. And I think it was slowish day on the Saturday at Chelsea, and then a really long wet day at Summers. It just really, I was exhausted. So I really had an unproductive week. I guess you got to look at all that too, don't you? And I don't think I'll do double market weekends that often, because they do wear me out. Anyway, I hope you liked this vlog. I am going straight into editing the next vlog, which was from the weekend that's just gone now, which was the 1st of November at Red Hill. I'm excited to share that with you. And I'm also editing a studio vlog. I know a few people have wanting more content, more behind the scenes. So I did a studio vlog this week. I've got no idea how good it is until I edit it, but so I've got a couple of videos on top of this one coming out hopefully in the next few days. So thank you as always for watching. Thank you so much for supporting me when you come to the markets and visit and say hi or buy something, or even just like and comment on these videos. I love it. I also have been a bit slow getting replying to people on the videos. I'm getting on top of that too. But I love to see your comments, really appreciate them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.